Fleet Office here, just going to take you through some of the features in our TFO suite. In particular, we're going to look at alerts. Now, you would have noticed by now, looking around your maps, you can see when assets are moving around, certain things happen that leave red marks on the map. That might be harsh braking, acceleration, cornering, speeding. There's a whole array of reasons why you may require an alert. It might be that you only want to set up a certain amount of idling within a site, and if anyone exceeds that, you want to know about it, improving your efficiency within your fleet. We go away from the standard area of FleetAdmin. We know that in FleetAdmin we can pick and create a notification alert for a specific asset just by going to notifications, creating a date and whatnot, and that will email you. That is a type of alert. It's the modern area where we build alerts out for things that need to happen. However, when there is a non-scheduled alert, we go into FleetTrack 1. FleetTrack 1 login's just down here. When you hit the button, you'll log in, you'll be with your map, and you go up to the alert button here. We will be building this component into the new system over the next couple of months, but you need to know where it is now. Jump into alerts, go on and hit add new alert. The alert type here is really worthwhile having a look at each of those and what they mean. The battery ones are just for your battery trackers. That's the only way that you know when that battery is low. Unlike your plant that gets a disconnected alert, this one doesn't. Your battery, you need to know when they're getting a bit low so you can go and replace them. Distance from ignition off is when an asset has been towed. Driver behavior encompasses everything that driver might be doing outside of the normal driving operation limits. Remember, if you have a specific requirement, you can contact us and we will build a script that really defines what those limits are, but the standard driving operating limits are here and already in your assets. Excessive idling speaks for itself. The amount of time in a work site, expired licenses is now covered in other areas, but it can still be done here. When someone comes or goes from one of your work sites, you might want to know about it, particularly a specific work site. Low usage in 3 weekdays is a good one to know, that your assets aren't working hard, you can off-hire other assets, and so on, down to speeding, someone's using the wrong license, or this one, which is very popular at the moment, is when a vehicle is running without a pre-start. If any of your assets are out there and they're doing their job without anyone having done a pre-start, it's a pretty high compliance item to make sure that it's in place. So let's go ahead and do that now. Vehicle running without a pre-start. It goes up and it starts to populate the alert title. You can split it down to division, or you can split it down to which fleet you want to look at. In this case, let's say we're just doing it for plant. You'll notice that my available assets list is now only showing plant, which is what we want to do. I'm going to send it to myself in there twice, and therefore if any of these vehicles and available assets starts and operates without a pre-start above the limit, which I believe is 30 minutes, then I am going to get an email. With the content of that email, it'll be what asset, where it is, how long it's been running, and what the problem is. In this case, the vehicle is running without a pre-start. We can quickly flick around and change this and say, I want to know, excessive idling. My excessive idling in here, I have to put a time in, so I might suggest that my excessive idling in this case is 15 minutes. Therefore, if any of these assets here are idling for more than 15 minutes, that person there, in this case me, is going to get an email. What is a really good thing to do here, particularly with utilization, efficiency, or driver behavior, is just to go ahead and tick the notified designated driver box. What that does is it starts to provide that feedback to your operators and drivers in a non-confrontational way, that what's going on outside of the normal activity that they need to address, without you having to confront them and make it too official. Obviously, over time, you can build a report up which shows all of these alerts, so if someone's a continuous offender, you can talk to them. But in the meantime, it is a really great option just to have that going to them so they know when they're idling it a bit too long or driving your gear a little bit too hard. It's a great tool there. Other than that, if there are any other alerts that you think may be useful to us or others, feel free to get in touch. We'll have a look at how we can build them out. We build them quite often for different companies. And if you have any questions about how the alert system works at all, please feel free to get in touch.